This is my coding. It's the base. We're first gonna look at the basis and the basics in games, but that's for the presentation. What we're gonna cover today is operators, loops, conditions, examples of them, and of course games. But I didn't put that in. So there's many types of code. I'm gonna show you the most basic, probably the the one that most people use. We're going to see examples of code later. There's conditions. Conditions in real life are like how good they are, but in Python, they're if, else, and else if, also aka called elf. And without conditions, you can't compare or true or false. Just like in real life, if uh like the if your parent said, well, just uh, it just compares to real life also, because if your parent said nothing, you couldn't do anything, and you couldn't do nothing, which you can't just which doesn't make any sense. So without conditions in uh, Python, you can't compare true or false. There's also the loops. There's for loops and while loops. You see here, I put this because you can't just type while loops because nothing would happen. There's rather while true, while something is something, and those.
And usually the dash or the blank place, you need to put the conditions over there because we need to check what kind of condition we want to continue the loop, what the condition we want to stop the loop. Remember the example we had earlier in today's class, we want to compare if I is smaller than 5 or I is greater than 5, J is greater than 100. So those are all the conditions and we want to put the conditions over there.
Okay.
Yep. Good.
As you've probably seen before, these are well, we're right now going to operators. These are not all of the operators, but these are the basic four. You probably seen them and you probably know how to do uh, three of them, not the fourth, and you'll see why when I show you the next one. This is this and this are technically the same. They're technically the same and technically they're different. They're both divide, but this gets the whole number of the division if it's a float, and this just gets decimal points. This is
Perfect.
power. It's 2 times of this for some reason. I don't see any logic to that, but it just is. There's this, that, and these are the things in slide loops, because in the while loops you need those to compare. Now we're gonna move on to examples because you need to actually see code in action to like do it. First we're going to do example of if else code. For the first thing, it's obvious you need a fact, like a statement, because without facts there's no conditions. If you see here, I'll highlight everything like special like here, but if age is greater or no, less than 8, or age equals greater than 21, then print you are not allowed to watch this movie. I'm just made this up, but you can't just write if and then something else, because that will make because your parent can't just say, if it's not Saturday and then nothing happens, then that just makes it doesn't make sense. They have to they have to say like you aren't allowed to watch TV or something. And then there's the else. I told you the else. If you want more than this, you should put elf if between the if and the else. And the else is just like anything else. Like even if age equals like something weird, then it's still in the else print. You're allowed to watch this movie. Now there's examples of loops. The first loop is the while true loop. Well, it's just the easiest one, and then there's print. You can print stuff, or you can do some other thing like age equals a bajillion, and then keep printing age. But age plus equal bajillion, and then because this is while true, the true actually never ends. So yeah, you know what it'll just print until you run out of memory storage.
Yep.
The next one is for range. This is another one we learned. And for range, len list. Here I didn't define it, but list can be anything. I just simplified it, but the len has to be len because that's just like a computer function.
Perfect.
Print string length I. As you can see here, there was for I, and then print. Here's like the thing. When you print the string list I, wait, yeah, you print for I in range would be for the if the list was 0, 1, 2, well just 1, 2, 3 here. If the list was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if the list was that, then the length of the list, each thing in the length, this would be 0. The thing always starts from 0. This would be 1. This would be 3.
Yeah, they are called index. The
Yeah,
index of each element start from 0. So yeah.
Yeah, the index. And then yeah, so print string. You need a string because that's just how it is. List each element of the list I. So when I is 0 and you press list of 0, it'll print this, then this, then this, then this, then this. So it would be like 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, like that. Okay. The next one is going to be a while true loop first, but it's a special type. First, fun equals 1 as our last thing when age equals 13. While not fun equals 5, that means while fun does not equal 5, then print fun equals plus fun. That means fun equals a certain number, and then fun plus 1. So what the computer thinks here is that when fun equals 1, then it goes 1 fun not fun equals 5. This is not 5. Then fun um, then fun then it would say fun equals 1. It'd say that, and then after that, fun would equal 2, and then it'll check if it's here. It's still not going to be. So then this turns into 2 also, and then it keeps repeating until just it equals 5. If you change this to 2, then it'll keep on going forever. Alright, finally, examples of operators. You have seen this code before. This is the exact same code in our if and else, but here they still use operators like here, here, and here. That's why operators and if and else or for loop is super important. Okay. Now we visited all the types of code. Um, we need to put the code to itself, and then we need to put it um, in here. So last time we did types of code and their examples, but now we should we put the code into games because that's just how it is. And I just put this. This was based off the Jet game because the Jet game was the real first pygame I actually made, not the turtle because it just is. The basics are you have to import the pygame, which technically gets all your information, and then you import random because if you don't have random, then you can't have anything random, which is kind of boring. Because if Minecraft didn't have random, then you would know where every single block was, and you could get diamonds in 10 seconds. Pygame.int is is well this means this just means like itself, and it like uploads the entire like packs, and um and then the screen, pygame display set mode. This is how you want your screen. It shows how big you want your screen is, but you should actually just insert Y and X, not how big the screen is. There's also class function. There's class player because for me, I kind of want to like tidy up my code. There's class enemy because the enemy needs it too, and there's class cloud. You don't really need this, but it's just for like details, I guess. Then there's the update function. If there wasn't any update function, then nothing would happen. It's player.update and enemies and cloud. But in the player.update, there would be text that says that the player moves, so it changes X by something and changes Y by something. The enemies has to move, but it's at a random rate. That's why we need the random in the here.
Yep.
And then clouds update is just them moving around. And then there's the clock function. The clock is pygame.time.clock, and this is to make your game actually go, or it won't actually. It'll go just super slowly. Clock.tick is how fast you want to do something in every minute, and yeah, that's it.
Perfect.
Okay, I want to see something. Okay, I'm done.
Perfect.
Are you recording?
Yep.